Hey, what's up guys, TheLoganatorz here, and today I'm going to show you some gameplay of the Focke Wulf 190 A1. We're also going to throw some tips and tricks in there as well, so let's get right into it. Hey guys, before the video starts, please consider subscribing if you're not already. I do a bunch of War Thunder cinematics, gameplays, and live streams all the time, so feel free to subscribe to be a part of the wing. Anyways, let's get on with the video. So here it is, the Focke Wulf 190 A1. The Focke Wulfs on the German tech tree are by far my favorite planes to fly for the Germans. They're actually one of my favorite planes to fly in War Thunder overall. But before we go into the strengths and weaknesses of this plane, let's first look at the stat card. Let's go over the armament first. For the Focke Wulf 190 A1, it carries two 20mm MG-FFM cannons with 120 rounds, and four 7.92mm MG-19 machine guns with 3,800 rounds. As you can see, when you're firing all these guns simultaneously, you're putting out 2.8 kilograms a second of lead down range, which is more than enough to take out fighters that you're facing. However, you're going to find that those 20 mils are going to run out of ammo really quickly. Despite this, those 7.92mm machine guns are going to have plenty of ammo to carry you through most matches. And those machine guns are very deadly if you can land enough shots on target. Next up, the max speed for the Focke Wulf 190 A1 when it's spaded is 405 miles an hour. This is a great top speed. You're going to be able to catch some P-38s too. You'll see this later on in the video as well. The turn time for a spaded Focke Wulf 190 A1 is 20.2 seconds. This is not the best turn time for a battle rating of 3.3, however it can hold its own in some turn fighting engagements. And finally, the rate of climb for a spaded Focke Wulf 190 A1 is 14.1 meters a second. This is a pretty good rate of climb. It's better than the P-47, which clocks in at about 10 meters a second, but it's not as good as the P-51 D5's rate of climb, which is about 18 meters a second. Both of which you can see in and up tier. Now that we have the cold hard facts out of the way, let's look at some of the stuff that you don't see on the stat card. First off, the roll rate on this plane is phenomenal. You're able to change your turn direction very quickly, and you're able to dodge a lot of enemy fire that's coming from behind you, just using your ailerons. You're going to see both of these instances later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. Another thing that the stat card does not cover is the fact that the elevator on this plane is not very good. You're not able to recover from dives very easily, and the controls tend to lock up at high speeds. Now with all the stats out of the way, I think it's time to focus on the gameplay that I'm showing right now. As you can see, I was flying just below the cloud layer, so the enemies that were flying above it couldn't see me, but I could see everybody below the cloud layer. And if anybody decided to dive below the cloud layer, like this XP38G right here, then I would have a jump on him. That XP38G just took out my Ju-87, so I'm in hot pursuit, and hopefully I'll be able to catch him. I'm also keeping situational awareness by looking around me and seeing if there's any planes on my 6. I'm making sure to fire my guns in a burst type fashion so I can conserve my 20mm ammo, because I really do not want to waste that. Those 20 mils are very effective, and the more I can hit with them, then the better my game really is. I'm really following this XP38. I'm trying to avoid this P-47's fire because he went head on with that XP38. And so I'm just trying to get a burst, and eventually I find my mark. I'm able to hit something on his left wing, and then I'm able to finish him off. So now we turn around and we look for our next target. We're also making sure to keep our eye on the upper right hand corner to maintain our situational awareness and look for new targets as well. That's a great way to find new targets and sneak up onto people without them seeing you. We see this P-61 here at our 12 o'clock, so we're going to go engage him. We go for a head-on, but he goes head-on with someone else and gets taken out. So we're going to look for more targets. Looking in the top right-hand corner, a Mustang appears out of thin air and goes for our friendly plane right here. So we're going to go and try and turn fight him. He is a bit distracted with the other plane, so we should be able to turn fight him without a problem. And even if he wasn't distracted, we could be able to turn fight a Mustang on our own. We should be able to, especially if we use our flaps like we're doing here, so we can turn just a bit faster. We open up our guns a little bit, but they don't find their mark. He goes into a vertical, we're going to follow. I decided just to use the one key to just fire my 7.92mm machine guns. I do get a critical hit eventually with my cannons. I am now out of ammo though, so my next shot's better be good. He's finally diving down towards the ground. It looks like he's very low on energy, and he's definitely critted, so we're going to go in for the kill, and this is where we get a nice pilot snipe. So that's a good kill right there, and great situational awareness, just a great example of everything. So let's move on to our next target here, which looks like it's going to be that Spitfire. That Spitfire is focusing his attention on that BF-109 F2, and he just takes him out. Now he's going to focus all his attention on me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy myself some time. I'm gonna go turn fight with a Spitfire. Do not do this. Do not try this at home, because this is not a smart thing to do. However, what you can do is activate your landing flaps and try and turn as hard as possible. What I'm trying to do here is buy myself as much time as possible for my friendlies to come in and hopefully take them out. So as I'm turning here, I'm lowering my flaps as low as possible, landing position. I quickly do G and F, and then right there I called for some cover. So hopefully my friendly units will come and engage at Spitfire. I'm going to break off now, raise my flaps, go full throttle, and this is where I need to dodge some bullets. I talked about this earlier, using my ailerons to try and dodge the fire. As you can see here, they turn pretty well. Go really close to these trees, just quickly avoid them, just, you know, try and dodge this hail of bullets coming in. And the Spitfire isn't able to land his shot, so that's good. I've got friendlies coming in to take him out, which is even better. And we're just going to bait him for our team. He's got tunnel vision, and as you can see in the bottom right hand side, the Spitfire has been taken out. So now we can go engage some other units on our own terms. After flying around a bit, I see two P-38s engaging a BF-109, so we go in to help him out. We go engage with the first P-38, damage his right engine, and he's going to avoid, but it looks like he's lost his energy, and he's an easy kill for the 109. We get a nice kill assist. We go for a head on the other P-38. He's not interested today. We do miss our shots, and we are able to pull up. As you can see here, the elevator's a bit difficult, but we manage, and we go on the P-38-6. We're still in the range for our 7.92mm machine guns, and we're able to get some hits and get a hit on his right engine, and he's leaking oil. This is very good. That means he's not going to be able to outrun us now, and even if he is spaded, he's going to have some hard time trying to outrun us with that damaged engine. We do catch up to him, and he knows that he's in trouble, so he turns around. We go in to kill him, and we damage his right engine even more. He's in real trouble now. He goes to engage the other 109. He is in no position to fight anymore. He cannot outturn us, so we go in and finish him off with our machine guns. Get a nice kill right here, pilot snipe, and we are ready to head home, rearm, and look for the last plane on the playing field. I also want to show you a clip of this landing. As you can see here, I'm using my Q and E keys for the rudder to slow myself down as much as possible. I drop my gear and my landing flap so I can come in for a nice smooth touchdown. Now when you're landing any plane in War Thunder, you can always go around. You don't have to land on your first try. And that's what I do here. I notice that I'm running out of runway way too fast, so I just throttle up and I go off the runway and I try again. I see way too many people try and commit to something like that. They'll just fall off the cliff, their plane will get lost, they'll have to go back to the hangar, wait like 5 minutes for the plane to come back, then fly it again, and you might lose the game just because of that. So don't be that person who loses the game just because you decided to commit to a landing that you should have never committed to in the first place. So as you can see here, I come around and I do another landing, and it's perfect. So that's why you come around. That's why you do it again. And as you can see here, I spin out just to slow myself down just a little more. And there you go, landing. Nice. As you can see here, we're flying over the enemy airfield. We're looking for the last plane, who is in fact a bomber. I see him out in the distance. I have a few orders left around, so I'm going to activate one so I can just get a few more Silver Lions. And I can see what's on the plane he is. He's an MB-162. And that is definitely a bomber. So here we go in for the kill. He's trying to camp around the air base, or maybe he's going in for landing. Not too sure what he's going to do, but either way, he's too far from the base for it to really help him. We go in, we knock out one of his gunners, and he is critically damaged right now. So we're going to go around and try and finish him. We make sure not to turn too hard so we don't pass out. The last thing we want to do is pass out flying away from him, and then he's going to have enough time to get back to base. As you can see here, he is trying to get back to base. He is doing his best. But we are coming in too fast, and he's going too slow. He's not going to make it, and so we go and tore a huge hole into his right wing. His flap's gone. He's on fire. He is definitely going down. His plane is on fire. All his gunners are pretty much down. His flaps are... he's dead. And that's going to be game right there. So that's a big GG. We got the order complete, and that was a very good game. So guys, I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. If you did not, tell me why in the comments and leave a dislike. And if you're not already, make sure to subscribe, and you can see more War Thunder videos in the future. I do other games as well, like Kerbal Space Program, Arma, Squad, you know, a bunch of other games. But guys, I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. So goodbye, everyone.